Welcome back to the Citizenship Test Prep Practice series. This is a set of questions that I've taken from the 128 questions. That means you should be using these if you registered after October of 2025. If you registered before then, there's another set on this YouTube channel for the 100 questions. You need to know that. I don't know for sure. So what we do in this channel is I go over a small group of questions, do the question, pause a second, do the answer, and then some explanation if I feel it would be helpful. This is going to be questions 31 through 50. Let's get started. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? And that is the citizens or all the people of the state. So there's no districts. When you're a senator, it's the whole state. That's why every state has 2 senators, but each person has 1 representative because they break it down. So it's all the people or citizens of their state. Who elects U.S. senators? Same answer. Citizens from their state. All of the people that live in the state that are eligible voters can vote for Senate. Who does a member of the U.S. House of Representatives represent? Well, we kind of touched on that. That would be the citizens in their district, and that's broken down by population. So they try to even the numbers out so that each representative represents about the same amount of people. It's not perfect, but it's usually as good as they can do. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Tied directly to the last answer. It's citizens from that district that they represent. So you will not be represented by number of representatives, just for 1. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Well, that's because of population. So that was the compromise that was made to give the big states their ability to have more power based because more people live there. So the more population, the more representatives. Senate is 2 per state. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change. President of the United States elected for how many years? This is a starred question, so that would be one that's available for people 65 and over, and that is 4 years. President of the United States can only serve 2 terms. Why? It's an amendment answer. It's the 22nd Amendment, and the reasoning is because of the power of the president. They don't want one person becoming too powerful. So the 22nd, that's a good way to remember. 2 terms, 22nd, all 2s. Name of the President of the United States now is Donald Trump. Name of the Vice President, J.D. Vance. If the President can no longer serve, who becomes Vice President? The first person would be the Vice President. And there is a whole set of order that it goes in. So first is Vice President of the United States. Name one power of the President. There's numbers that you can choose from. Any one of those is fine. Signs bills into laws. The way I learned it, executive means execute, and that means enforce. So execute, enforce laws. But any of those, you need 1. There are 6 to choose from. You can look at those and see what you think. If you have questions, shoot me a comment and I'll get back to you. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? A lot of president answers here. That is the president. Who signs bills to become laws? Once again, the president. Vetoes bills, another starred one, the president. Appoints federal judges. All right, this one's it is the president, but then they're approved by the Senate. The appointing, the person that chooses is the president, and then the Senate approves or denies. Executive branch has many parts. Name 1. The easiest one is the president, I think, but you could also put the cabinet or the federal departments. What does the president's cabinet do? They advise the president. 2 cabinet level positions. There are a whole lot to choose from, so I'm just going to click and show you. You can pick any 2 of those. You do need 2. One that people often forget is the vice president is on there, so that's 1. But you can just find 2 that you remember. These are the secretaries is an easy way for me to remember it, so if you can remember any 2 of those. Why is the Electoral College important? Well, it really decides who's elected president. And It's based on representatives, so bigger states get kind of more say than smaller states, but you get supposed to get the same amount on your population. So simple answer, it decides who's elected president. And the last one, what is one part of the judicial branch? And that would be the Supreme Court or the federal courts. Either one is fine. So that's this set of questions. And there's a few more sets to go. If you're liking this, please check back to when I get them uploaded and set. And if you have any questions or comments, please put that in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks and good luck.